This TikToker only ate Taco Bell burritos, and apparently this is how much they saved. Welcome to 40inbox.com where we help you master your money. So she's in for a taco bellyache. With the price of gas, goods, and groceries at an all-time high, one trending TikTok tastemaker revealed her master plan to cut costs and save time. Eat a fast food burrito from Taco Bell for every meal, every day of the week. Why do I even try to cook? This Taco Bell burrito was $1.11 and tastes so much better than anything I could ever cook. Social media savant at ed.ed.n.eden says in her viral video. If I ate one every meal during the week, I would only spend $23.31, which is a lot lower than my current grocery bill. She continues in the clip, which has garnered over 566,600 views. In the appetizing post, the cheeky content creator shows herself chowing down on a burrito that she lathers in Taco Bell's spicy fire sauce. Might be a good investment, she adds. And while her vow to ditch home cooked meals for a daily diet of dine out bites might have been a bit facetious, it seems TikTok onlookers are totally on board with regularly grubbing on a budget. I am not joking. I have eaten $3 to $5 worth of Taco Bell dollar menu stuff for years, 5 days a week. I am an absolute animal, boasted a brave bellied bragger in the comment section of the woman's post. Buy them all at once and freeze them to avoid price fluctuations, suggested another. Other participants of the trend chimed in with tips for saving even more money while following the Taco Bell regimen. You could also get the Taco Pass for $10 and get one free taco a day per month, advised a thrifty audience member. I say this to people that tell me it's cheaper to cook yourself. I can't make burgers and burritos for $2. Are you kidding? Another fast foodie added. However, nutrition conscious naysayers quickly brought the fair fiesta to an end, warning revelers of the health risks that come with overindulging on cheap eats. Processed toxic food is best kept to a once in a while thing, a commenter cautioned. Gotta factor in the medical bills, another reminded, noting the typically high fat, sodium, and cholesterol contents of most items on fast food menus like burgers, fries, and tacos. According to the Cleveland Clinic, unhealthy diets increase your chances of developing depression, cancer, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and other chronic conditions. As much was true for one commenter who's now coping with the adverse effects of eating exclusively inexpensive edibles. That was my dad's logic, said the critic, so he fed me Taco Bell for breakfast and lunch every day, and I have Crohn's disease now, bestie, so maybe don't, she urged, referring to the inflammatory bowel disease. Despite the potential damage to her digestive system, at ed.ed.n.eden liked to comment that advised her to budget for extra bathroom necessity like toilet paper due to the fast food's laxative like properties. Definitely agree, said a supporter of the movement. Just make sure to account for the extra TP you would need to buy. And here's the thing, right? So she plays, why do I even try to cook? This Taco Bell burrito was $1.11 and tastes so much better than blah blah. I only spend $23.31 per week, right? And here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, there's nothing wrong with trying to do everything you can to save money, right? But you have to be willing to do something that you could do basically every day. Like, whether it be like a diet, whether it be your budget, right? You have to be willing to do it every single day without pulling out your hair, right? Out of frustration and anger and all that kind of stuff, right? That's why you try to not make things too restrictive for yourself unless you're capable of doing that, right? You got to be really careful because restricting yourself in this way can work to save a lot of money fast, but the negative side effects of it might be where like you just get so frustrated as to the type of food that you're eating, how little that you're spending that on the weekend or something you might be basically going hog wild and dropping like $100 or $200 on like some crazy meal, right? Because you just want something like crazy expensive or you want just a crap ton of food because you're just really wanting that. So you got to be really careful when it comes down to being so cheap in terms of your food budget, right? Because you got to keep in mind too, right? Like this is fuel for you every day, every week, right? So for example, if you could maybe spend a little bit more money on food to help fuel you every day, every week, to help make you actually make more money, that in a sense doing something like this could be a negative impact on how much money you actually make per week because your body is just not being fueled properly. And that's a way, like, that's like a line of thinking that people might need to think about, right? Because being cheap isn't always the right thing to do, right? Now, I'm definitely not against people trying to save money, especially if your goal is to like get out of debt or something like that. Like doing something like this for a short term, maybe like a 6 month time span or even like a year time span to save massive amounts of money to help you get out of debt, I'm all for it because it's short term, right? But this isn't really something that you could really do for years on end consistently, right? You're going to get sick of it. You're probably going to keep getting the laxative side effects because this is Taco Bell we're talking about. Like, there's a lot of negative side effects that could come with this, right? And not only that, it is very rare to find someone that could literally eat the exact same thing for every single meal, every single day for years. That is extremely hard to find, okay? Very hard to find. Now, if she's able to do this for the long term, props to her. But again, what are the side effects of eating fast food for years on end? Now, here's the thing. If she's in a caloric deficit, it might not really have that much impact on her in terms of like health costs, but who knows? She might end up getting Crohn's disease like this one commenter put. So you always got to understand that there's a cost to everything and some of it may not necessarily be financial, right? If you're constantly eating something that might potentially harm you in your health category, that's a pretty big deal, right? But here's the thing. Some people can go years eating really bad food without any long term effects on their body. Some people are like that. And other people can barely eat fast food because something will just pop up right away. They'll break out, they'll start gaining weight like crazy, they'll start feeling sluggish. So you always got to be aware of this sort of stuff, right? But like here's the thing. If you're wanting to like get out of debt, if you're wanting to save money, if you're wanting to put some more money towards like investments or retirement, doing something like this, like something this drastic to save money is good for the short term. It's an okay thing for the short term, but this is going to be really hard to stick with. And the thing is, you probably don't even want to stick with this for a very long time. But yeah, spending $23.31 per week on like meals, like for your food budget, is really cheap. It's like really, really cheap. But this isn't really ideal for a lot of people. It's not really realistic for a lot of people. So if you want to learn how to get a debt and master your money, go to 40inbox.com. TheFinanceProf.com. Stay tuned for more personal finance commentary. Feel free to give your thoughts. Do you think this is like kind of excessive or not? I think this is okay for the short term, not the long term. Because there's so many unknown side effects of something like this. Like here's the thing, like getting out of debt is a short term thing. You do drastic things for the short term to get out of debt, and then you move on with your life, living a certain lifestyle that you could live for the rest of your life. You'd never want to do something like this for years and years and years and years. Like that's gonna be really hard to deal with.